let's cover the Donny O'Sullivan piece from CNN. Donny O'Sullivan showed up at the Hasan compound and got brolic as heck. Okay. We're gonna be looking at the article / story. It's gonna be running on TV.
Donny O'Sullivan
is gonna be running on TV as well, which is very exciting. Okay, but let's take a look. Let's take a look at what happened.
This is Hasan Piker.
This is my dog Kaya. I thought you legitimately were gonna work out.
I could do some weights.
He's a social media superstar with almost 3 million followers on the video streaming platform Twitch.
They're eating the pets.
So this is that whole masculinity thing people are talking about, huh?
And he's part of a growing group of streamers and podcasters reaching young men online, a space Trump tapped into to reach young male voters.
Punch in, then you won't be able to see that he's not doing any weights.
But Hasan is not a Trump supporter. He's a progressive, a fan of Bernie and AOC. The Democratic Party even invited him to the DNC in August.
One thing we've been hearing for weeks now is that the left needs a Joe Rogan.
Yeah. I don't think that the Democratic Party can podcast itself out of this issue. Joe Rogan, he endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2020. Maybe they should do an autopsy on why he left the party. I like to work out. I'm very bro-y. A lot of people look at the optics of that and they don't like it. They think like, oh, well, he's a little toxic, isn't he? And they don't really listen to what I have to say because I'm significantly more progressive than the average Democratic campaign.
Yeah, I've heard you say when it comes to stuff that guys like, you seek that stuff out online, whether it's watching a streamer, whether it's watching guys talking about working out and fitness. You say that the right wing just dominates that space.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think that's why I started on Twitch, right? I know for a fact that the video game space is like people who consume this culture, people who are a part of this culture are not all right wing. I wanted to showcase to people that like, no, you can be a progressive person, you can be a leftist and like have fun at the same time.
How many people were watching your live stream on election night?
The total unique number was 7.5 million.
There's a general sense that when it comes to the world of podcasts, alternative media, I don't even know what you want to call it, that Trump did a much better job with that than Democrats and Harris.
Absolutely. I think that's true. I was a naysayer early. When I saw the Aiden Ross collab, I thought this doesn't have motion.
So this is Trump with Aiden Ross.
When Trump went on Aiden Ross's stream, I was like, it was awkward, it was weird. But then I saw Trump on Theo Vaughn, and he started talking about cocaine, and I was like, uh-oh, this humanizes him.
Cocaine a stronger
Oh yeah.
up?
Yeah. Cocaine
So,
will make
you're way up with cocaine more than anything else you can think of.
Cocaine will turn you into a damn owl, homie. You know what I'm saying? It'll.
Harris did consider going on Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
but she didn't.
So that was a mistake as well, I think, because Joe Rogan can't deliver adversarial interviews if his life depended on it.
What is it that the Democrat Party has to do differently?
Well, I think that they need to change their policies.
It's a policy thing.
Yes, it's 100% a policy thing.
Because I'll say,
which is the boring answer. Although it would be very self-serving for me to say, I'm the left's Joe Rogan, the Democratic Party should give me millions of dollars. That's not going to solve this problem. What will solve this problem is if the Democratic Party actually adopts real left-wing economic populist messaging instead of purposefully avoiding that stuff because they're terrified of upsetting their corporate donors. I think Trump speaks to male insecurities better, and I think Trump speaks to the anger that people have, whereas the other side of the political spectrum does not speak to that anger at all.
There's been a lot of controversy around you.
Yes.
The way you talk about Israel is viewed by some as anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Are you anti-Semitic?
Of course not. The real problem here is that I'm an anti-Zionist. The real problem here is that I'm extremely critical of Israel and all of the information that's readily available, especially on social media for so many people that don't necessarily rely on mainstream media any longer to get their information. And that's why you see this generational gap. If you're over the age of 35, you're still operating on the old boundaries. You're like, no, Israel's the most moral democracy in the Middle East, maybe in the world, right? Like, and I think that the major generational divide that is, I think, in a very damaging way, feeding into the mistrust overall that people have with mainstream news in general, is coming from that.
Tonight, the president.
That's it. So we did a much longer interview, and I believe that Donnie's trying to get it longer. Too short. I'm sure that everybody could learn a lot from Hasan about the alt media landscape and his policies when he's engaged in a longer, deeper discussion with someone like you without the exaggeration for effect stuff. Would love to get a longer version posted. I'll talk to my colleagues, he said. But I think that there is more. There's more on that front. I mean, we talked for like an hour and a half. We talked for an hour and a half, but like obviously CNN has time constraints. They make this like pre-produced. They make this pre-produced stuff, and then they try to slot it in. But I think they did a decent job of like to the best of their ability, just posting some of the best parts of it, I guess. But it's actually going to be on, wait, what is this? Front page CNN.com. Check more top stories. What do you mean? Where is it, like here somewhere on the CNN.com main page? But yeah. Frustrating to be censored, but your words carry so much weight because you're educated. No, I'm not frustrated by this at all. Guys, any kind of you're crazy. Any kind of like positive coverage of me on CNN is something that I never would have expected, and I will never take that for granted. I will always be appreciative. It's not censorship. They're just cutting it for time constraints. Okay? What do you mean more time? I don't know where. Click more. I am. Where is the more? It's on the left in text. Oh, more top stories. Oh, here it is. Progressive social media star says Trump interview made him say, uh-oh. JJC1299, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. It will also be on probably one of these like CNN news. Like it'll probably be on like prime time as well later in the day, and then Donnie usually comes on and he'll speak about the experience and stuff like that. So that's very exciting.